Okay, so a quick recap on how we find the areas of some shapes. So the shapes that you're going to be asked for in your exam are a rectangle, and to get the area of a rectangle, we multiply together the base by the height. So for any rectangle, to get the area, we just do the base length multiplied by the height. And the units for area is always, say, centimetres squared. So if the base height were in centimetres, units would be centimetres squared. If they were metres, it would be metres squared, etc. The next shape you're going to be asked about is a triangle. And in a triangle, if that's the base and that's the height, and they're always at right angles to each other, the area is found by doing the base times the height, but this time we divide by 2. And that's because if you imagine adding another triangle onto this, you'd end up with a rectangle. So this is, say, half a rectangle, so that's why we do this, divide by 2 at the end. And the last shape that you'll be asked about is a parallelogram. So a parallelogram is a shape that has two pairs of parallel sides, and if we call this length the base, then the height is actually this distance that meets the base at right angles, so that is the height. And the area of a parallelogram is exactly the same as the area of a rectangle, it's just base times by height. And you can kind of prove this or show this if you imagine cutting off this little triangle here and moving it to this side, you'd end up with just a rectangle again with the same base and height. And that's all that you need to know for areas in your exam. The only other thing you're going to be asked about is the perimeter of a shape, and the perimeter shape is really easy. The perimeter of a shape is just the length all around the outside. So if this were a triangle and you're asked to find the perimeter of this triangle, the perimeter is just found by adding together all the length. So this length plus this length plus this length. So there's 3 sides, so we add together the 3 sides to find the perimeter. 3 add 4 is 7, add 5, so the answer is 12 centimetres for the perimeter. If we were asked to find the area of this triangle, the area will be the base, which is 4, times the height with a 3, and that's divided by 2. 4 times 3 is 12, and if we divide that by 2, the area of this triangle is 6 centimetres squared.